My name is Francisco Herrera, and my role in Mission Restaurant Supply is sales rep. I have been in the Mission family for 7 years and 3 months now. Being part of the Mission Restaurant Supplies family means a lot to me because honestly, this is the first job that has me here, like being part of this family, and it makes us even be more responsible and not failing to the company that has given us the opportunity to work with. Working as Mission says to us that we offer to the different customers, and everyone is in their own department or segment, being the face of the company in front of the customers and trying to build a relationship with them so that they can also trust Mission Restaurant Supply. If the company or a school district, in my case, has never heard about Mission Restaurant Supply, we will go on site, make the calls, and explain them exactly every single detail of what Mission does, not only as a sales opportunity, but to build a strong relationship with all the products that we can offer to them based on their requirements. What makes different Mission Restaurant Supply from other companies is the service that they receive from every single rep that works for Mission Restaurant Supply. Recent projects and success that I have with Mission and with my customers, I can mention one right now, Austin Independent School District, that we built 32 serving lines this year, and it differentiates us from the other ones because we were on site making sure that they were going to get exactly the serving lines that they needed. And not only our job does not end once we place the order, but we also keep tracking of every single detail, like coordinating not only with the district, but also with the factories. Hey, what is the lead time on this? How can we start coordinating the installation dates with the end user? And to be on top of every single detail, it makes a difference. And customers, in my case, the school districts, they feel very comfortable working with, because they know that they can rely on us to make it their life easier at the very end. I really enjoy leading projects from the very beginning, because once you build a relationship, and in my case, the food director reaches out to you and say, hey, Francisco, we're looking for new walk-ins. It's very important to us to go on site with the rep group that we think we're going to partner in order to provide this project to the customer. And from the very beginning, we show the customer that we are on top of it and that we're going to take care of every single detail, because more likely they have a budget, they have some ideas, but it's our job to let them know and explain them exactly every single options or accessories that they can have. Like, for example, if leading a project for a walk-in, I will go on site with the sales rep and with our installer. We're going to take the measurements. We're going to see every single detail. If we can foresee an issue that they may have or not, but we will give at the very end the specs to the customer and say, hey, we are kind of seeing that there can be a kind of an issue with the floor after removing a walk-in, for example. So you need to be aware to have your director of operations here, just in case there's something comes up at the very end. But this is very important that we show all the confidence and all the trust and all the knowledge in front of the customer, so that he can say, hey, you know what? These Mission people, they really know what they are doing. I totally trust them. Let's keep it going, and let's continue with the project. to make sure that the customer will get every single detail on the project that they are trusting us to perform. We have to make sure not to go maybe once on site, but probably several times, depending on the obstacles that we can foresee. And it's very important that we can also coordinate a meeting on site with their technicians, with their electricians, with all the operations people, because it's key and important that we are all on the same page so that we don't miss a single detail. Based on our experience and on our past projects with different districts, we may have an idea of what could happen. So we address all these situations to make sure that we get the responses from our installers, even from their team, the operations team, so that we coordinate everything and make sure that we cover all the possible situations that may arise in a project for serving lines, for steamers, for walk-ins, etc. A project that really stand me out was, well, honestly, there have been several ones, but I would mention one that probably was one of my best ones with the mission team work, of course, was the Fredericksburg walk-in at the high school, Fredericksburg High School. There were some little details that could have been bigger if we could not have caught them before. And thanks to our installation and our on-site visits, we make sure that that project was going to be completed in a way that they deserved, and we made it. To work with mission team represents to me, honestly, a privilege, an honor, because sometimes we are the face of the company in front of our customers, and sometimes they don't realize the value we have with our coworkers. And when I say coworkers, it means from the upper management that they give us the tools to go to the war, to fight in a form that I'm not saying fight like arms, but to be on top in our field, that we have all the weapons to go to a battle. And behind us, it is a privilege to work like people with our purchasing department, that once we completed the sales, we then process the orders, and behind us we have an incredible team, and that really needs to be known by every single customer, that behind us we have our purchasing team, we have the upper management, we have the installations, we have our marketing manager, we have a whole team behind us who always are there saying, what do you need to be a successful person at Mission Restaurant Supply? And then it's up to us if we really want to use all these tools that we have, because we have everything on hand to be successful people at Mission Restaurant Supply. The values that the company bring us to work with is the family, and I am always reiterating this to our customers, that the family atmosphere, the open doors policies that the company has here, we don't need to, hey, Mr. Owner, can I talk to you? Hey, Mr. Boss, can I talk to you? The doors are always open, and that gives us, as an adult, that we are, our responsibilities not to fail them, because they have trusted us to do our job in a professional way. They have already given us, and they continue giving us, all the tools that we need. Then it's our responsibility to not fail them, and at the very end, not only fail the company, but even our families, because Mission is trusting us to be successful on the field, and we are the face of the company to bring that responsibility in our job, in our professional life, and in our family life as well. Most of the customers trust Mission Restaurant Supply for their projects because we are not salespeople only. We first gain the trust of the customer, but by recommending, suggesting them what they really need. They approach to us and say, hey, I need a combi oven. A regular salespeople or a regular salesperson will say, hey, let's go with this one. But maybe it's not what the customer really needs. Maybe the customer needs a better quality oven, or maybe depending on the budget, they need a lower quality equipment. And it's our job to let them know, to listen them out first of what they need, what are their requirements, and then we can show them all the options that they have, because as a dealer, we can sell whatever they want, but we have always to be honest, and we have always be sincere with them, showing our integrity and recommend them exactly what they need, and maybe not trying to sell them something that they really don't need. So that gain of trust is what the customer will say, hey, in the future, hey, you know what? That mission person really is not a salesperson. It's really someone who is interested in our needs. And that's the way you build that relationship. And believe me, once you gain or earn that trust, they will call you always for every single project that they may have in the future. We get the impact of chefs, operators, food directors. The impact that they receive from mission is not only the sales phase, but also being there on site and ask them, what are you going to cook? What is your movement? How many, if it's a restaurant, how many plates a day you are serving? If it's a school district, which is my segment, how many students, how many kids are you going to be servicing every day? How many in the morning? How many at lunch? And depending on that, you will recommend exactly the piece of equipment that they need. And not what we want, but what they need. And that's the way you gain the trust of that food director, because at the very end, it's not even the food director happiness, but it's the kid or the boy, the girl that are going to use or are going to eat what we have helped out on the back end with selling the proper equipment that they need to be successful. In my opinion, what Mission Restaurant Supply puts us apart of the other dealers, in addition to the professionalism of every single one of us, is our responsibility, it's our integrity, it's our honesty to go on site face to face with our end user and communicate them exactly everything what the company represents for all of us. In my case, every time that I go and visit and have a face-to-face communication with a food director or a staff kitchen manager, is exactly the integrity of the companies giving us to make sure that we are going to be professional in front of them, that we are going to fulfill their needs, that we are going always to suggest and recommend what they really need. And once they get exactly what they need based on our on-site visits, the surveys, and everything, then bring the respective chefs. If it's a combi oven that we sold them, bring the chef of the company to make sure it's gonna have to program the recipes in some cases, but more importantly is that they know that we, as Mission Restaurant Supply member, we are going to always give them the very best that they deserve and always recommend exactly the equipment that they need. And I really see that very in the street, that separates us from the other dealers that more likely, and I'm not pretty sure what their philosophy is, but our philosophy of work is being professional, always be honest, and always bring the best to the customer. With the new changes coming in the year 2026, and which are trending into that direction, Mission Restaurant Supply through us. We have been working on every single detail that we can help our customers to make their life easier. In our segment, public funds, we know of all the new TDA regulations that they started to happen early this year and is going to continue 2026. And those changes, starting with, I have a project in mind, I have a budget in mind, I have things that we need to do during 2026. Can you help us? And that's our job as consultants and sales rep as Mission Restaurant Supply, to facilitate to our end users all the different options that they will have with the new regulations. I'm excited of my new role of 2026 is the change that will be not only in our field, but also on the customer side. I'm really very excited to see how 2026 is going to run through. I know it will deserve of every single one of us to make it successful. And not only it depends on us, but also our commitment that we will have for every single of us to make this happen. I'm very excited to see and also to represent the way the company wants us to be represented. And I know that with our sacrifice, with our effort, all changes that may arise in 2026, I know that with firm conditions, we will be able to accomplish them. I would like the customers to know what represents working for Mission Restaurant Supply. We are not just a dealer. We are not just another dealer in the market, or we're just, a distributor. No. I want them to know that we are a company, that we are people, that we are family, that we are here for them, to try to serve them the way they deserve, and also to be partners forever. Our mission is not to make them buy from us once or maybe twice, but to buy from us, if it's possible, all the time, because we are not salespeople, we are consultants, and we have to build a relationship, a friendship, so that they know exactly that working for Mission is not only like buy this thing to Mission because it's a dealer and we have no other choice. No, they have multiple choices. They have nationwide choices. But what we represent as family of Mission Restaurant Supply to them is what is going to make the difference, and that they will know that for sure, that we are different as the other dealers.